Hey guys, this video is for our 2nd through 4th grade team for August week 3. And this school year we are going through the Bible from start to finish, starting in August and ending in May. So the first week of August we talked about the Bible in general, and then last week we talked about the fall with Adam and Eve. And this week we are on to talking about Noah. And our bottom line is trust and obey even when others don't. So the whole month we're learning about obedience, trusting who's in charge by doing what you're asked to do. And our memory verse is, the way we show our love is to obey God's commands. He commands you to lead a life of love. That's what you've heard from the beginning, 2 John 6. So, and then also we got parent cues for this week, so make sure every kid takes home a parent cue. So we'd love for you to join us at 8:20 and 10:20 in the garage door room for coffee and donuts and just a time to pray together, find out what's going on in each other's lives. And then definitely be to your small groups by 8:30 and 10:30 so that you know everything's ready to go for when your small group kids come in. As kids start to roll in at 8:40 and 10:40, you're going to have aluminum foil balls. They're all on the tops of your carts. And a box like this with fly swatters, and you're going to encourage kids to try to swat the aluminum foil balls into the box. So welcome all the kids. Make sure you know everybody's name. Help first-time guests to feel welcome. And then you're going to scatter those moon rocks around your area before kids get there. Turn that box on the side. Greet kids by name as they arrive, and make sure they know not to touch the moon rocks because we don't know what kind of substance is on them. And remind kids that astronauts who travel to the moon collect rocks to study. And because their super awesome spacesuits kind of restrict their movement, it's hard for them to bend over and pick up a rock. So they use special tools to pick them up. So then you're going to have 2 kids and give them a fly swatter. And this is going to serve as their special collection tool. And you're going to ask them to use the tool to sweep a few moon rocks into the box. But they're not allowed to bend over and touch the rock with their hands. So just continue collecting them 2 at a time until all the rocks have been collected. Then when all the kids are there, when service starts at 9, you're going to put the moon rocks back out around your area, and you're going to set the shipping box back on its side. But then you're going to place some like clipboards, Bibles, plastic cups around your area to create some obstacles. And the kids have to work around the obstacles to retrieve the moon rocks. So divide your group into 2 teams, have them line up on the opposite side of the shipping box. And encourage your teams to send 1 person at a time to work around the obstacles and get 1 moon rock into the box. But if they touch or disturb the surface of the moon, the obstacles, that gets them a 15-second penalty. So they have to count out loud together while their teammate waits. And then just watch as they play to make sure they don't touch any obstacles and keep going until all the moon rocks have been retrieved. The team who got the most moon rocks into the box is the winner. So you'll just close that activity down by saying, so guys, which way was easier, retrieving the rocks with or without the obstacles? Well, all month long, we're talking about obedience, trusting those who lead you by doing what you're asked to do. And obedience can be hard, but it's even harder when others aren't obeying too. It's almost like the obstacles in this game. When others aren't following the rules or obeying, it's like an obstacle that gets in the way of us obeying. So let's go to large group and hear about a guy who chose to obey when basically everyone else wasn't. So you'll head down to large group. We have a live storyteller and live host this week to tell the story of Noah. When you get back, you're going to do this fun little sticker page, which I know seems little, but I'm telling you, every kid loves stickers. So let the kids place the animals on the ark. Challenge them to think about strategy, like weight, size, flying, food. So like, where would they have to strategically place? Like, obviously, you're not going to put the heaviest animals on top because they might fall through. So those go on bottom. And while they're doing those, you're just going to ask them all of these true or false questions about the ark while they're making their sticker pages. So you're just going to say, wow, I love how you place all of your animals on the ark. Can you imagine how sad... Shh, Henry. Go out in the hallway if you want to talk. Can you imagine how sad God must have been when he looked out over the world that he had created and saw so many people being mean and unkind and choosing not to follow him? But there was 1 person who was trying to follow God in obedience, and it must have been hard to be the only one. But when Noah finally saw the rain stop and watched the water go down, he must have been so thankful that he chose to listen and obey. And I know it can be hard to obey when it seems like everyone else is doing their own thing, but the truth is you can only be responsible for you. And when you're tempted to follow the crowd and do what others are doing when you know that they're disobeying, I want you to think about Noah working on that boat day after day. So let's choose obedience. That's okay. knowing that God loves us and he wants what's best for us, and let's choose to trust and obey him even when others don't. So then make it personal. Tell the kids about a time when you chose to obey, even though nobody around you made that same choice, and what happened, and how did your obedience help you build trust with maybe the person in authority at that time. So then for the memory verse activity, you're going to look up and review 2 John 6 together, and then you're going to give a piece of paper and a pencil or a marker to each kid, and you're going to break down the verse so that you have the same number of words and phrases as you have kids. So if you have 8 kids in your group, you want to break down the verse into 8 parts. You're going to give each kid a part to write on their sheet of paper, and then they're going to fold their sheet of paper into a paper airplane. And you're going to challenge them to fold their airplanes just right so that they can control where it goes. And as they're working on their airplanes, you're going to mark off a little 2-foot square space, which is really easy because these are like 2 feet square. So just kind of like mark off, or you can even just like designate, tell the kids which square they're going for if you don't want to mark it off with tape. And then you're going to line the kids up and have them take turns throwing their paper airplane to try to land in that square. And give everybody 2 chances. If they miss the first time, have them get their plane and try again. After the second chance, have them leave their plane where it landed. And then once all the planes have thrown, let the kids grab a plane and open it up to reveal the memory verse, and then work together to put the verse in order. And you'll close that down by just saying, so guys, God commands us to lead a life of love. And one of the best ways to show love to the people we trust is to obey them even when others are making different choices. So this week I want to challenge you to trust and obey even when others don't. So then you've got some optional questions. Have you ever had a Noah moment, maybe when you were doing what was right and everyone else was doing what was wrong? If God was visible and you knew that he was watching you, how might it make you make different choices? And what's the hardest part of following Jesus? So then to close down in prayer, just gather kids in a circle. Ask them to pray silently for the person on their left. Give them a few minutes to pray on their own, that God would help the person on their left to trust and obey even when others don't. And then just close your kids down in prayer. So it says the prayer below gives some specific examples of ways that kids can obey authority figures. Henry. So you can kind of like customize that to your group if you want to. Henry, please stop. Oh, Lordy. All right, so that's it for this week, guys. Thank you so much for leading as small group leaders. I'm so thankful for all of you. Thank you for what you do every single week. Don't forget to sign up for our volunteer kickoff. It's in 2 weeks on Monday, August 26th. It is going to be a great time. You don't want to miss it. So make sure that you sign up, and we'll see you on Sunday.